Well, hello there, everyone. It's great to be back on YourTV to bring an update on behalf of the City of Belleville as we deal with these COVID-19 times. And I want to begin, like I always do, saying a big thank you to YourTV for providing us with this opportunity. It's great to have local community-based television, and I know that we all appreciate the work that they do and the fact that not every community has these opportunities. Today's update is for the week of Monday, or the week of March the 1st. And it's hard to believe that we are already in March. You know, I've been looking backwards a year ago on these days as we get closer to March the 17th, which was the day that the province of Ontario not just declared the emergency, but also brought in a series of restrictions to deal with COVID-19. Last year, we had worked through many people who had returned from China that were Canadian citizens that had come back to go through the quarantine period here at CFB Trenton. And right now, we were processing cruise ship passengers that had been on cruise ships in Asia and in California that were Canadians and had to come back, and we processed them here at the base. And so we've been dealing with COVID for quite some time and dealing really, really well. But it's interesting to go back and think about what we were doing a year ago. You know, a year ago right now, we really did not understand what we were in for. And it's been quite a year. In terms of an update where things stand here in our community, on Monday this week, we had 4 new cases announced, which brought us to 20 active cases. So we'll see how things go for the rest of this week. But the important thing is we have 0 hospitalizations in our region. And that means that that's a good sign for us going forward. In addition, all of our long-term care residents, so those staying in Hastings Manor and the McQuiggy Lodge, they've all received both doses of the vaccine. So they are in great shape, and we've seen incidents in those facilities really drop. I want to thank everyone involved with that. Those are our most vulnerable folks from the COVID-19 virus, and it's great to see that we've taken care of them. Loyalist College opened up a clinic earlier this week, and that is for people that are also in high-risk areas, starting off with, I think, 85 and above. So if you are in those age categories, they will be in touch with you to schedule an appointment-only visit there. And we're looking forward to getting more and more of us vaccinated, including at the Quinte Sports and Wellness Center starting in June, when the health unit will be doing mass inoculations there. We've also pushed through 93,000 tests in our region since the beginning of this outbreak, and people can continue to get tested at the COVID-19 Assessment Center here on College Street West, where the old Quinte Secondary School is. That is an appointment basis facility, and we're also having Hastings paramedics do testing of people in their homes. And if you are what they call asymptomatic, meaning that you don't have these visible symptoms and your doctor has not asked for you to get tested, or the school for your children, then you can go to the Shoppers Drug Mart on Sydney Street, and they are doing testing for asymptomatic people there. So I encourage you to do that. Of course, what we need to do is remember what I call the 3 W's: wash your hands, wear a mask, and watch your distance. And when you can't watch your distance or socially distance, you also wear a mask, including outdoors. So it's really important. Those are the things that we know work. Let's keep it up, and that'll be great. Next week, we have another Belleville City Council meeting, the first one since back in, I think, February the 8th. And we have a lot of business that we will conduct. But just to give you an idea, some of the good news is we'll be ratifying our agreement with our employees. So about 200 employees belong to what we call CUPE Local 907. And we've agreed to a 5-year contract with those employees, and we'll be able to ratify that from City Council. The employees voted on this, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and they voted almost 93% in favor of accepting it. I am anticipating that City Council will approve it on our end, and then we'll have a new 5-year agreement moving forward, catching up on the past 2 years, but also 3 years ahead, which is good for residents and taxpayers and our employees. And we certainly appreciate all the work that all of city employees do for us. In addition, next week, we will be filling the vacancies on our boards and commissions. We have a number of citizen vacancies that are open. We put a call out, and my goodness, did we ever get a fantastic turnout of people who want to help serve the city of Belleville in a volunteer capacity. I want to thank everybody, and I'm looking forward to fully what we call populating those committees, filling them out, and so that the important work that gets done by these boards and committees is occurring. You know, I often compare our Belleville City Council meetings to like an iceberg, in that only the tip, about 10% of the iceberg, is what people see. Below the surface of the water is where 90% of the iceberg is. And it's the same thing at City Council. What you see during a meeting is only a small portion of the work that gets done. And so much of the work that we deal with at City Council meetings is the product of a lot of work and time and effort and energy done by committees. And so we really rely on them. And we're looking forward to getting those committees filled out again and moving forward with the business of the city. And I just want to let everyone know that our outdoor skating facilities, so the Victoria Harbor and Westwicks Park, they are now closed for the season. And while we're kind of sad because it was fairly short this year, it is nice to have had mild temperatures, and it's nice to be looking at the forecast for the next couple of weeks. And we certainly hope that we have a earlier spring than we did last year, and that we can go back to enjoying some green. I'm okay with saying goodbye to the snow. We like to see some green in the city in the next little while, and we will be soon. The last thing I want to touch on today is some great news that came out of the city of Quinte West, our neighbor to the west, earlier this week. And they made a decision to assist the Quinte Humane Society with a loan of $1 million, up to $1 million. Belleville City Council will also consider a request from the Humane Society next week at our council meeting for the same loan. Many of you will know that the facility they're in now is completely inadequate. It is really in bad shape. It's far too old, and you can't use strong enough words to describe how poor it is for that facility, both for the animals that are helped at that there, but also for the staff that work there and the volunteers. So they are excited about moving forward with a new facility. They've hired a general contractor or a project manager, local builder, task force engineering. And once the Belleville City Council gives our approval to this access for up to $1 million in a loan, that they can actually start. And we're expecting that the new build of their facility can start as early as the spring. And I know that is great news for everybody, especially animal lovers, and it's been a long time coming. So I'm excited about having that, and some other news coming out of Monday's meeting. But you know, you can watch all of that action live here on YourTV as they broadcast all of our council meetings, and then you can also watch it on the city's YouTube channel and our streaming service on our website at belleville.ca. So that's my update for this week. I want to thank everyone for their interest and their cooperation. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me through my City Hall office, and all of our Belleville City Councillors. We're here to work for you and to serve you. Let us know if there's anything we can do. With that, have a great week, and I'll be back in touch with you next week after our next council meeting to give you an update on the City of Belleville during these COVID-19 times.